If your hips are uneven, you can have a variety of issues. You can have low back pain. You can have pelvic pain. If you're a female, you can have pain during sex. You can have pain during menstruation. You may just be very, very uncomfortable in this area, right? And you might have, anybody may have SI pain, which is in this spot right here. If you have it, you know it. Or it's in the other side over here. And it's lingering and nobody can figure it out. Well, I'm going to show you the why they may be, because I'm going to show you something that maybe nobody has looked at. And when you see these motions, you're going to be able to tell whether your hips are not even or not. And if they're not, these 3 to 4 exercises may really help you. So let's jump right in and actually do it on yourself, and let's see what happens. So on the test part here, in order to tell whether your pelvis is uneven, if you go to a clinician, they come and measure the tops of your hips, right? You may not be able to tell that. So all we do is we make you stand on one leg, or what you're going to do is you're going to lift a foot up. So you're just going to lift it straight up, just like that. I hope you can see that. And you're going to test it to the other side. Cool? Now, you'll know it. If you feel a difference, you'll know it. I'll show you another way to find it that adds a little more complexity, which definitely shows if you've got it. So with that, if you've got a difference, score it between 1 and 100. The higher and yuckier it is, the closer to 100 it is. So if I said to you, is that a low, medium, or high amount of yucky? Right? It doesn't move as well. You feel it's not loose and free like the other side. Simply say, it's a medium. Good, 40, 50, or 60. Score it. It's a high, 70, 80, 90, or 100. Higher the number, the worse it is. It's a low, 10, 20, or 30. Once we have that number, we can begin progressing and making you better and heading you to 0, which means 0 pain. All right, so another way to test yourself. So you guys all should stand up, test this out, just lifting your hips up, see if there's something different. This one's much freer on me. This one's not bad at all. It's very low for me, but like a 15. I've had a hip replacement recently. Very common thing. I should have even said that. Hip replacements often have an uneven pelvis. So from there, another thing to test is you lift it up, okay, and then you do a leg raise straight up. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine. Well, watch this. I recently actually just found this on myself too. So now I'm going to lift up my right foot and kick up. Look at that in comparison to the other one. Quite different, right? This one. And so I'm lifting my foot, then leg raising. Boom. That's high to me. That's like a 70. So you and I together are going to try to get rid of that. Now, what's happening when you're lifting your foot like that is you're side bending right here. You're side bending here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some side bending to the one that feels the yummiest to see if it fixes the yuckiest one. And then we're going to go up in the upper body and do some side bending in the upper trunk to see if that fixes it. And then we're going to do something in the shoulder that also side bends the body and see if that fixes it. And if we have time, I might even show you a leg raise that may fix it. Cool? All right, so we've tested ourselves. On the first one, I barely had a difference. I really could have said it was a 5 or a 10. I said it was a 15. On the second exercise where I lifted my leg, it was pretty high, so I gave it a 70. That lets you know, yep, I got something going on. Now, let's just do the simple thing first. Simply find the raise that's the best, which is this one for me. And we're going to do, you can do 2 sets of 20, or for me, I'm just going to see, I'm doing it right now. I'm just keep lifting my foot off and then back onto the floor with a straight leg, straight knee. And I always say, do it until, not that you cramp, but you know you've done a lot of work in this area. Really pull it up in end range. Right here, I can lift it, but there, I'm really side bending. I'm squishing it together. And I really want to get, this is, if you need to hold on, that's fine, okay? This really starts working muscles that you haven't worked in a long time, okay? Really get it going. Nice. And I hope you're doing this with me because I'm taking this real time so that the amount of time I'm taking to treat will also be the time you take to treat. So the leg I'm standing on is starting to fatigue out. This is feeling pretty good. Now, all I do is I come back over. Yeah, that's definitely freer. Mine was not too unfree. It was a 15. So I'm saying feels pretty much like the other side now. Give it a 0. If it's not a 0, I'll go down to 5. Test yourself. Now recheck that bad leg raise. So for me, it's here. Look at that. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that's really good. Not quite we're up to that one. Pretty close. So that 70 for me went down to about a 30. Maybe even less. What happened to you? Now, mine works so well, there's absolutely no reason that I should go do the yummy leg raise yet. So what I tell people is, I want you to at least do 2 to 4 sets of one thing, right? So now I'm going to do another set of these, okay? Because it works so well. I always tell people, you usually at least have to do 2 really good sets. High reps of, if you can get to 20 or above, I'm even trying to get to 40 or 50. But I'd rather have a low number where you're really pulling up at the end range. I'd rather have you have 20 where you're pulling. I'd rather have you have 10 where you're really squeezing that. And I don't mean you don't have to go, oh, what am I supposed to feel? Just keep trying to lift that foot higher off the ground. And as long as you're doing that and you're keeping your knee straight, it's going to be doing it. And it does at times. If it didn't help you while you held on, touch something, sometimes by doing the balance with it, adds even more effect. So I'm doing really high quality. I'm trying to get to 20. I think I'm at 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. 16. Really get that end range one. 17, 18, 19. Watch what I'm going to do at the end. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Trying to squeeze up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, didn't get 10 seconds. That's fine. Okay. Good. Recheck. Lifting this other leg. It's fine. Mine feels good. Now, for me, I'm going to recheck. Lifting this foot up, the right side for me, and then kicking up. That feels pretty good, guys. Took away, I had adductor tightness. I still have some, so I'm going to say I went down to a 20. Cool? Now, some of you are going to already be 50% better. I'm 50% better. But I want more. And on that one, I went from a 30 to a 20. I got better, but it's getting smaller, a little bit better. Or maybe you even just plateaued. If you only got a little bit better, or you plateaued, let's move to the next exercise. If it's still working for you, and you still got another big drop, you went from a 30 to a 15, that's a 50% drop. Do it again. All right, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and do the next one, which is, I'm going to touch this because in case I want it for when I'm raising my leg. I don't know whether I need it, but so this time, this lifting my leg, my foot first, okay, then kicking up. All right, now that's the bad one. I'm going to go do the good one. This is what happens. People try to fix what's broken by doing the one that doesn't feel good. We go over and do what feels good in the body to fix what doesn't feel good. So I'm going to lift this one up, and then I'm going to lift it like that. So I lifted the foot up, then I did a leg raise. And I got this here, so it allows me to do a little bit extra push. I like this. Now, how many leg raises can you do like this? I don't know. I don't know how conditioned or deconditioned you are. But if you try to get that end range, that squeeze at the end, your butt muscles usually contract. At least mine do. Yours may or may not. And I'm going to try to get 10 to 12. Some of you might only be able to get 6 or 8, depending on how conditioned or deconditioned you are. I'm really trying to work that. Not usually as much effort as I usually put in, but it feels good to contract that butt muscle. Now, I'm not contracting it voluntarily. It's just as I'm lifting, you know, as I lift this foot up, then do the leg raise, it causes that, for me, to contract. Something else might for you. There you go. Here we go. Okay. So now you can retest first this hip hike. Feels really good and strong. It just feels more stable. Now I'm going to do the leg raise. Good. Nice. Stronger. Still got some pain in here. I was at a 20. It's more stable. Almost, I don't want it to go down too much. 15 maybe, right? But it was a significant. Even though I started at 20, going down to 15 still can be a significant kind of change that you notice. It just felt more stable. So from there, you're going to do it again on the good side. So it's odd because you may say, oh, but it's the right side that's my bad one. Yes, but you're doing it's your leg raise. You do the good leg raise side. All right, so I'm going to lift up and lift here. Good. So this is my good leg raise side. I'm going to do left. I might only get 8 of them because I really wore myself out on the last one. Nice. Good. Okay. From there, again, this stuff all feels good to me now, lifting just my foot up. Now I'm going to lift up that and lift this. It just feels stronger, more stable. Nice. If it's still working for you, so again, I'm going to say that went down to a 10 for me. All right. If that feels good to you, or if you're still improving, do another set, a third one, a 4th set. Now, that was doing lower body. Whoops. I'm going to bring over a chair here. Now, well, you know what? We can do it without a chair. So now, we've done lower body side bending basically by doing that leg, kicking it up. But now I want to do a trunk side crunch. Or I could do a side lean like this. Okay? And I think that's what I'm going to try is a side lean. And maybe then we'll do the side crunch. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand on the foot that you're going to, if you're going to side lean to the right, you're going to stand on the left, or on the right foot. So stand on the foot that you're doing. I've got some weight on the left, but I'm just leaning. Okay, now I'm shifting my weight over to the left, and I'm leaning to the left. There's no right or way to do this. Now, which one feels more better to me? It's interesting. I kind of like them both. This one does better though. So I'm going to do this one. Now it's like you said, hey, they feel pretty equal to you. Think about doing 1,000 of them to the left, 1,000 of them to the right. Which one would you rather do 1,000 to? If they both hurt, you won't be doing this one. Okay, anytime both of them bug you, you won't do that exercise. So I'm going to do this. And again, I'm weight bearing predominantly on the left foot because I'm going to the left side lean. And what that does is you notice you're kind of more weight bearing and balancing on that left leg, much like you were before. Whoops. Nice. Now this is getting a higher lumbar or low body side bend. And so all I'm going to show you is the side bend motion that might do wonders for you that you didn't know existed. Now, usually I do 2 sets of something, like 2 sets of 20. But for the sake of the video, and you and I trading, I'm just going to do as many as I can, whether it's 20, whether I get to 30. Doesn't really matter. At the end range, I really am trying to get that squish going on. And by standing more on that leg, I know that you won't fall over, but you also see, oh, I need to be in a really good snug position to keep squeezing or keep getting that shortened. Okay? All right. There we go. You're going to shake it off. See what this side feels like. Okay, here's what it is. I didn't really score that one. I'm going to see whether my hip hikes feel good. They actually feel even, really even now. And now I'm going to hip hike the right leg and kick it up. That was really nice. Wow. That took care of a lot of my adductor tightness. I love that one. I want to do it again. Okay? I really, really like that one. So, because we're treating you and we're also treating me, and it's real time, let's go and do another one of those. Side leaning. Oh, I really like that. It's almost like I want to lean my head. Oh, and I'll show you why you want to probably do your arms, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. That feels so good. All right, I won't do as many this time. I really want to, just for the sake of the time. Maybe I will, because that really felt good. Notice I'm trying to go a little further this time. And I'm not contracting anything. Whatever my body does, it does. It's actually just kind of shortening. It's not really a contraction there because it's just a passive motion. It's just a getting in a position, but it feels really good. I'm even coming up somewhat my other foot so I can keep going a little further. Cool. All right, let's just for the sake of this, say that's enough. Let's shake it off. Again, I'm going to recheck just lifting my foot. They feel good. Now I'm going to lift my foot on my bad side and then, that's heaven. Right? Now, I really wish I'd started with a higher number because this is really good. You can call it a 10, but we're really, let's say, down to a 5. So we've done a very specific with lifting my foot test and treatment. Then we did the foot one, or leg raise one with it, which is a leg motion, right? Really helped too, to test it and to treat it. Now we went up to the higher in the lumbar spine. And so now we're going to do even higher, in which we're going to do a crunch. Again, I'm going to stand on my left leg and go to the left. Okay, how's that different than the lean? The lean, notice I'm leaning way over. This one, I'm keeping this part straight, putting most of my weight on my left foot and just crunching my ribs right here. Now I'm going to come over here, crunch my ribs. Now, sorry about my dog. If you hear this, if you feel this and there's something pretty dramatic there, you can score it, just so you can get rid of it too. So anything that you feel a yucky in, score it. All right, but this feels good to me. That does too. Again, I'm going to stand more on my right side, more on my left side. You can't see me do it. So the left feels better. So now I'm going to stand more of the weight on the left, and now I'm going to do this. And I'm trying not to lean like this. I'm trying to just stay up in the rib cage. So if I wanted, I could go like this. Okay, so that may help a lot of you. That's going to get you more thoracic or rib cagey. Nice. And again, if you notice, I'm weight bearing on both legs, that's fine. But you'll notice as you shift, most of your weight goes to your left. If not, just shift your weight to the left. Oh, nice. Again, if you can hear my dogs barking in the background, apologize for that. Probably the Amazon guys here. Now, again, how many do you do? We always try to aim for 20 or more. But again, I don't know how conditioned or deconditioned you are. So, nice. All right, for the sake of this, oh, nice. Feels so good. Oh, now if you have arm issues, you may not like this arm stuff going on. So again, just do it with your hands on your under your armpit. Cool. Now, this one wasn't bad, so there was nothing wrong with that one. Cool. My foot raises, I'll call them, feel good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this leg up and kick it up. Again, heaven. I like that. Woo. Okay, so I wish I'd started again, even a higher number, because again, I got better again. I'd say 50%, right? So if it was a 5, it was a 2.5. Really, I could be done because I'm so close to 0, but it's feeling better and better for me, so I'm just keep on going. The last thing Now, if that really helped, you can continue to do that one until it stops helping you. And when you fatigue or you've had enough, you can be either done or go to the last exercise, which is how do we get even higher in the thoracic, is we do this. And what's really cool about this, this creates a lever arm. As you lift this up, I'm going to show you, you're going to lift your ribs up too, which is actually lifting this part up and shortening this. Okay, it's compressing here. And it's also compressing your clavicle and your upper ribs, which can be incredibly powerful for release. All right, so I'm going to test this arm. I'm going to test this one. Wow, they're both pretty good. Try to go even further behind your head if you need to find which one's interesting. Oddly enough, for me, this one is better. And I shouldn't say oddly enough. It is what it is. Even if I were to go further behind my head, yeah, this one bugs me a little bit more, like at a 15. So I'm going to do the good side. Now, hold on. I didn't do something. Let me stand on my left and lift this one. And stand on my right as I do this one. Okay, I take that back. As I changed my legs and made sure I was weight bearing more on this versus this. This one. Oddly, it's still this one that's more free. So you see, even I have to test myself sometimes, even more to determine things. So I'm going to do this. Oh, that feels so good. Hope this isn't making noise on this. Now, as you do it, lift your rib cage up. Get your fingers to the ceiling and crunch over. And try not to lean. We're not going to lean on it. We're going to lean some, okay? But the more we stay up and down, is the more the upper part's working. Nice. Nice. Okay. I'm putting more of my weight on the right side as I do this, on my right leg. Oh, nice. And I'm doing a little, we call translation, which means my ribs over here, just as I push it and go that way, notice I'm going a little bit, boop. It's a really high side bend. Oh. So you notice on me, my arm, I'm actually side bending now this way where everything else was side bending that way. Okay, no big deal, big deal. Just do what feels the most better. All right, let's assume that's it. Come over here. Ooh, that's freer. I can just tell, you'll feel it in your whole body when things release. And that really means things are doing great for you. Now, I'm going to do my foot raises. Oh, feels good. Now I'm going to do my foot raise and my leg raise. Heaven, I love it. Nice. Cool. Okay. If you got, some of you are going to have like 50% or more relief. That's awesome. Now, what happens at this point in time is you need to go do this for the next 3 to 4 to 5 days. But you need to have more understanding about it because we're using good stuff to fix bad stuff. It's not the way we were programmed. I'm a physical therapist and I was taught to use the bad side, what's bad and restricted, to go use it to try to fix what's bad and restricted. So we're using bad to fix bad. When you say it that way and I say, but I'm going to use good to fix bad, you'll begin to say, why hasn't anybody taught me this before? It's okay, now you know. Yet, you need further direction. In other words, you're entering a foreign country. It's foreign to you to do things like this. And there's levels that as we release the top layer of the onion, let's just say, you're going to feel really good. And then all of a sudden, you're going to do a really different motion and maybe have your back pain back again or your pelvis pain back again. And it's not that it didn't work. It's that now you need a second layer of understanding. You need a second layer of different motions. You need to know how to progress these motions. So there's two things, or down below, there is a free training. So go click on that and learn that part of it. And at the end of that training is how do you get more so you can progress yourself more and more. And what happens is when if you've had your issue for 3 weeks or longer, well, let's say 3 weeks or less, these motions may be what you need, okay? And that's it. However, anybody who's had things 3 weeks or more, what's happening is your body compensates to help that problem. You are creating more and more areas of your body that aren't working all over the body, in the legs, in the trunk, in the arms. And we need to find more and more of those, because the more we get rid of, not only will your pelvis feel better and your back pain feel better, your whole body will start feeling better. So many of us, once we have, especially as we age, as you have one issue going on, let's say back pain, you'll probably notice you got neck pain or shoulder pain or something else. And if you do, that's a high alert indicator that you've got other things you need to know how to get rid of. So in the free training, you're going to learn more. At the end of the free training, you're going to learn how to learn even more, and know that you're going to have my help every step of the way, where you actually get to contact me and talk back and forth as you're doing that. So if that sounds fascinating, click the button below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it, and look forward to you watching even more of our videos.